It's officially basketball season. My Twitter feed this morning was filled with winter weather advisories. So we're ready to get going. And fortunately for us, weather-wise, we're going to be going to a warmer climate here, leaving Thursday, playing Friday night. Excited to get going. It's been a good but also long preseason. I appreciate the NCAA. 42 days out from our first game, we're allowed 30 days of practice, which is nice. It spaces things out. Within that, you can only go 5 out of the 7 days in a week, which has been good from an injury standpoint, especially with some new guys, giving them some time to get their legs back underneath them. At the same time, it's long. As Allen Iverson said, practice, practice, practice. Even as a coach, we love practice, especially with the new guys and getting them reps, but we're all in this as competitors and we want to play, and we're really looking forward to Friday night. I'll open up to any questions.
You guys, with the exhibition game, what do you know after that game, and what do you still have to figure out with this team?
I think we determine who we're going to play and who we're going to try to redshirt for the most part. Other than that, I've talked to a number of people that have seen us play, our coaching staff. I think what we're all going to figure out is we're really going to be a work in progress here for the next couple months for sure. And again, hopefully, like I've asked our guys, we can get a little bit better every day, but hopefully come early January, we're rounding into shape.
Who are you going to play?
Freshmen Evan Wiesenberg, Jake Showalter, and Paul Miller will all play. The plan right now is to redshirt Spencer Eliason. Spencer's come in and been actually a really pleasant surprise. That being said, I think Spencer's best basketball is ahead of him. I think he might even have a chance to grow up a little bit as far as height-wise. If you see the young man, he's got some baby fat on him. I think he can change that around. And I think we've all seen what his brother has done the last couple years, for the Gophers. And I think Spencer, I'm not saying he's to Elliott's level, but he's got a chance to really progress. And so he bought into doing what's better for the program. Trey Miller is actually back at home right now in Seattle, getting some. He just got knee surgery done late last week, and so we're working through that. So that definitely looks like a red shirt. And then Brian Ashola also had knee surgery here on Friday. We got really good news. Looks like just a 2 to 6 week process, so we'll see how that all handles out.
With Paul Miller, expecting him to play is one thing, but did you expect him to play the way he did in the exhibition game?
Paul's played well. We've played no knock against who we've played or where we've played him. We played a couple non-Division I teams, and Paul's done well. I think we can all see that Paul's got a chance to be a good player. That being said, it's early, and I think we'll really. What we're finding out in practice and with all of our freshmen, we're riding the roller coaster a little bit, and we've got to level those things out a little bit. But there's no question we're pleased with Paul's at, but also an understanding that it's early.
Do you start?
If we started today and how we plan on starting Friday night, he will not start, no.
Playing in the 2K Classic against Texas and Iowa, how big does that help you with recruiting or exposure?
Anytime, not just from a recruiting standpoint, from our fan base, our alumni base, and we can touch people across the United States, it's great. I know there's some folks, some former alumni that are going to do something Friday night before the game, which we're really appreciative. Matt Larson's family is going to be able to join us down there, so those things are great. From a recruiting standpoint, anytime you can get exposure, this day and age, the kids like to be on TV, it's great. From a national standpoint, again, Trey's from Seattle, but we'd like to keep our recruiting base as tight as possible here in the upper Midwest. At the same time, when we need to branch out, it's nice to know that they've seen us on TV, they've seen us in the NCAA tournament.
How much you're going to need AJ to carry the mail? What did you see on that last Wednesday to do that?
It was nice to see him come out and get comfortable a little bit and knock down a shot early. No question we're going to count on AJ for big things. At the same time, I think AJ more than anybody has to understand that he doesn't have to carry the team from a points standpoint anyways. How can he impact the game other ways? He's going to need, if he's going to play the 4 for us, like he would today and significantly throughout the year, we're going to need him to rebound. We need to get to better defensively, stay out of foul trouble. But AJ's got a chance. He's got a chance to be a really good player here for us.
Texas is a team with a lot of size. Have you thought about, mixing up the defenses, how you want to defend them?
Yeah, they got a lot of size, they got a lot of athleticism, they got a lot of depth, they got a lot of talent, they got a lot. They're a good team. And we're definitely going to have to tweak some things in our game plan, preparation things. Maybe even more so this year than we have in the past, just no matter who we're playing, where we're playing them, when we're playing them. But we're really excited for that opportunity.
How is LA handling being sort of the leader on this team?
You know, LA leads by his humility, his unselfishness, and he's done a tremendous job of that. LA's not a real vocal guy. He's not a real rah guy, but he's just a guy that you want to be around, and he's done a tremendous job of that. And I think he'd be the first to tell you, LA was never, especially the last 3 years, not a great practice player, but he always, when the lights came on, he's just a different kid, and you can kind of see at game day, you know, in the locker room, all those things, you can kind of see LA rounding into LA. But I thought I'll give him credit, especially the last 2 or 3 weeks. He's been a lot better practice player as well.
Where's Carlin at as far as his sort of progression?
It's coming. The problem with Carlin, you know, for him is he missed all the preseason last year. He wasn't with us last summer from getting cleared with the NCAA purposes. Then he had the hyperextended elbow, so he missed a month. And then he had a kind of a groin, high hip area injury type thing where he missed, you know, 10 days, and so that really hasn't, you know, helped his progression. Carlin, and I don't hesitate to say this, is as talented a young man as we've had in our program as far as quickness, athleticism. You know, what we've got to get Carlin reined in on a little bit is some of those decision-making, shot selection things. But there's no question his attitude, his energy, his effort in practice has been outstanding, and those things will come.
Can you learn anything about your team playing Texas and Iowa? Is this something you can't until you play mid-major schools?
You know, I told our guys after the Minot State game that Minot State wouldn't define our season. Texas and Iowa wouldn't define our season. It's obviously going to be somewhere in between. But I think what we're going to learn is just, again, are we continuing to look like a team, act like a team? Are we continuing to grow? Who's competitive? Who's not? Those things are what, you know, when the lights come on, that we're really going to find out. You know, I think as a new staff, we're working through some rotation things, and we're playing a little bit differently offensively. We're going to play a little quicker, maybe a little bit more perimeter oriented than we have been in the past. And so all those things are going to be an adjustment as we're working through here.